Welcome everyone. Are we live? We're just gonna wait on everyone to see once we go live to see if the sound is okay before we start this first live stream for Dungeon Hunter Champions. So once you actually begin hearing us on stream, just let us know if the sound is okay, and let us know if you see that you see the game, if you see us correctly. And then we should go ahead and start. So once we start seeing that you guys are commenting and saying that you can hear us, we'll give it a go. I see a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of people on Facebook. Thank you for joining us. We're happy to be here. Okay, so you guys, sound is great, perfect. Okay, Jonathan, sound is great. Vincent, thank you very much on Facebook. Hi everyone, welcome to the Gameloft studio in Montreal, where we are going to give you a first look at a brand new game upcoming for iOS, for Android, and for Windows PC. We will show you guys a first look at Dungeon Hunter Champions. Dungeon Hunter Champions, which is now available for pre-registration, so you can hit the link above, go pre-register, claim awesome rewards once the game actually releases worldwide. And you can also follow us on all our social media, because we will be giving everyone a lot more content in the coming weeks. We will be talking a lot more about the game, and you guys are going to be able to discover what is the universe of Dungeon Hunter Champions. And with me today, I'll introduce myself and I'll introduce Manea as well. My name is Sean. I will be the community manager for Dungeon Hunter Champions, so you will be seeing a lot more of me, and you'll be seeing a lot more of Manea, hopefully as well, who's gladly joined us here to talk about the game. So who better to talk about Dungeon Hunter Champions than the producer? Manea is the producer for the game. Glad he's here because he knows the ins and outs of this franchise. So Manea, maybe you can talk about what actually is Dungeon Hunter Champions, because the Dungeon Hunter franchise has been known for a while, but this is a completely new game, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is a really completely new game for the Dungeon Hunter franchise. This is Dungeon Hunter Champions. This is a really big twist compared to the Dungeon Hunter 5. We keep what was really important for the players, like for example the gameplay, the smooth gameplay, the nice graphics, the characters, as you can see on the screen right now with the bounty hunter here. And the idea was to create something really new, to go a step forward in terms of action RPG, and adding, for example, a live player versus player with 5 versus 5 actual players fighting each other. We'll talk a bit about that later. But yeah, we try to create the ultimate action RPG experience for mobile.
It's super well rounded, so we will be talking a little bit more about 5v5 online PvP, which is highly interesting. It's one of my favorite features in the game. But for now, we will dive into a little bit of gameplay and show you guys a first look of the game. Important to note, guys, that players in Canada and Vietnam now have access to the soft launch. So the game is currently in a beta stage, and we are making changes, listening to the community, seeing what players like more, and you will have access to this game hopefully very soon with worldwide launch. So without further ado, we'll dive right into it with this awesome UI right here, where we can see, if I'm not mistaken, multiple champions.
Exactly. One of the biggest novelty in this game is that you are now collecting a lot of champions. They come for, of course, the previous iteration of the previous games, but also from all around the universe, actually all around the multiverse. You will have like the famous bounty hunter, as you can see here. You will have Celestine, for people who know her from the previous game.
Yeah.
We have the fearsome Chinese spearman, Archangel.
All those animations they just look so crispy, so good.
Yeah. We have Tianis, who come from Dungeon Hunter 5 also. Greater Demon.
I see a lot of people talking about Asphalt 9. Guys, this is not Asphalt 9. This is a brand new game, Dungeon Hunter Champions. So enjoy the stream. We'll be able to talk about Asphalt 9 in another stream. But for now, this is clearly Dungeon Hunter Champions.
We have some really serious character, really badass character, like for example this Dr. Soma here. Each character has, of course, his own skill, several skill, on average 4 skill per character. Some of them have a bit more, a bit less. Like for example, this character have the Psycho Wave. We have some really beautiful characters too.
They all look so good, and I think there's a different character, a different champion for every playstyle. We'll go into that in just a little bit, but Mania will be able to showcase that there's pretty much something for everyone in this game.
Exactly, that's the goal here, is that if you have, you will find the character you like in our game. You will see, of course, the badass champions, but you will also see this kind of character here, who are really cute, and this kind of character here, which is a really special character, by the way. If you pre-register on the website, you will be able to gain this character in the game when you play.
Yep, so go ahead, don't forget and pre-register on YouTube. There will be links that will be sent in the chat. On Facebook, you can see in the description that there's a link for pre-registration as well. Dungeon Hunter champions.com for pre-registration, where you'll be able to unlock that character exclusively there. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, I think that's it for the character. Maybe we'll talk a bit about more later, but let's see the rest of the game.
Yep, for sure. Once you get out of this champions menu, you can see this social hub right here, which is probably my favorite feature, to be honest. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what you're doing right now and what you can explore in this small social hub right there.
Sure. So this is a tavern. This is kind of a magic tavern because she's in between worlds. You will access from everything from this tavern. And in this tavern you will see not only the beautiful art, but also all other players. As you can see here, these guys are players. You can see this beautiful
cool.
Archangel there, try to follow him. You can gather some currency also in your tavern. You have all the game modes, like for example here you have the solo part of the game, when you can see the epic solo campaign, we'll talk about it later. And you have also the top performing player here. You can see like all the people who play intensively the player versus player, and you will see all the top performing player. They are really strong.
So you rank up the leaderboards and you'll be there, showcased to everyone, so everyone can see you're the best at the game right now.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So right here you have the battlefield, which is all of our PvP modes, where we'll be talking a little bit about that later.
Exactly.
But now we can maybe dive into the adventure mode, because there is so much to do in solo mode, and your adventure mode playing is going to influence somewhat your PvP once you play. Yeah.
Exactly. Actually, the core of the game will be the solo mode. You will progress in all this board here, so you can see that there are really many levels. Each board you can see on the screen have several scenarios. This is here, number 3 is one scenario, so one mission you can see. And let's dive into one of them.
Let's go into there.
So this screen is really, really important. You can see this is where you will choose your team, and you will make, and the choice you make here will result in the success or the failure of the next mission. For example, I will take the Bounty Hunter, who is a really good tank and who also does a lot of damage. And I will take Celestine as a support, who is healing really well, and that will help me in this battle.
Yeah. So when you choose the champions right there, it's not set in stone, right? We'll showcase once you play adventure mode, but you can actually play with every champion you have in your party, in your roster.
Exactly. I showcase that in a few moments. We are now in Ancient Temple, which is like a forgotten temple that is really amazing. You can see that it's really alive. It constructs as you progress in the environment.
It looks so good.
You may recognize the gameplay from where you will, a bit like the action RPG or hack and slash, you can slash his enemies, opponents.
Don't forget to continue sending us questions, guys, while Mania is explaining this adventure mode.
The little novelty here is that you can switch at any time the champion mode. Like for example, now I'm playing Celestine. I can heal my party, I can use my skill to fight against the other, and this is really useful. For example, when your support is being attacked, you can take the control, move it a bit away, and try to be active in everything else. For example here, you can take the health pack and go back to this character.
And I think the health pack actually heals up all of the champions, right?
Exactly. It's really, they are hidden in every places in the environment. If you find them, it will be really useful.
Well, we have a couple of players saying they're pre-registering right now and they want to see more of this game. Don't worry, the game's going to be getting a lot more features as well, so this is really a first look into the game, but we are super happy to actually present it. So scenario complete. What do you get once you actually complete a scenario?
You get many stuff, many things. For example, here I will receive experience first, which will allow me to increase my the power of my champions, of course. I just won a piece of gear here. So this is a gear that I equip on my champions. We may talk a bit about it later, but basically each champions have levels, but also gear, and gear are really important. They have set bonuses. If you have like several pieces of one set bonus, you will become stronger. You will activate a bonus, and you will be really more effective in the battle. You can also gold. Let's see if I can do another mission, maybe.
For sure, yeah.
A bit more, but let's talk about this one.
There's some cool features that we'll show in just a little bit that you actually unlock after playing a couple of solo adventures. So after finishing the second board, you'll be able to unlock bosses, which will actually drop some cool things that will help you make your champions better.
Yeah.
So we'll showcase that in just a little bit, but
I will just explain here some of the important parts of your team selection, because here this is all about choosing the good characters, the good synergy trait. Also, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, you can choose which synergy trait you want. Some characters have this trait and it will affect everybody. Her, for example, will boost attack speed of everybody, and Celestine will increase the resistance of water champions. So I will choose, for example, this one here, and I will have this synergy trait activated. Also, as you can see, there are elemental variation. Here, we can see that in front of me, there are mainly water and a bit of nature champions. Therefore, it's recommended to use nature champions. I am using water champion here, but also I'm using, light champion as a hero. Light are good everywhere, so I should be good for this mission with this one.
Let's head into there. There's a couple of scenarios you'll be playing in the adventure mode, so it's not going to be repetitive, and there are multiple difficulty levels, which we'll showcase right after this, I presume, but where you'll be unlocking better gear and possibly, if you complete the whole adventure mode, a five-star champion, which you can then use and showcase in PvP. So.
Exactly, as you can see, the champions have stars, and you can win one of the biggest, strongest 5-star champions just by finishing the story in the hardest difficulty.
Don't think it's going to be a walk in the park, guys. You'll be playing a lot of this game. The adventure mode is really incredible and lengthy, so you'll have a lot of gameplay to be happy with and enjoy while you're playing Dungeon Hunter Champions.
Something you maybe saw at the beginning of this level is that in this scenario it's a bit specific. I have to defend some crystals, so it's really different than what you play. Every mission will have a different goal. You will never do the thing twice the same thing. So basically you just here and just here to protect the crystal.
Yeah.
I use a new character here, which is the Blade Master. She has an amazing ultimate. I will show you right now. She just teleports everywhere and hit everything. She's so strong. I love her.
And you can see there on the left side, quickly we saw a combo meter go up.
Yeah.
So what does that combo actually do?
Basically, the more you fight, the more you hit, the higher the combo grows, and the higher is the combo, the more damage you do.
So we basically want players to actually stay in the action almost all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be very useful against bosses, guys. So yeah, there you go. So what I was talking about before is these bosses that you unlock after completing board 2. You have 3 bosses right here, and some of them will be changing each day because they're giving you other rewards.
Yeah, the Bull Demon here will change every day. Today is the nature, tomorrow is another element. But let's try, for example, the Elder Drake now.
Elder Drake.
So now I'm more advanced. It takes a little bit of time to reach this part of the game, but now I have 4 characters in my party. So I need to be careful with who I choose. I will keep the Blade Master, she's awesome, Celestine also. I will use, I think, the Astromancer, who is really good on distance.
Good party selection so far.
And let's take the Ranger.
So for those who are joining us right now, this is Dungeon Hunter Champions, a brand new upcoming game from Gameloft Montreal. So yeah, we're showcasing this game, and you can pre-register for it right now. So head over to dungeonhunter-champions.com. The link is in the description somewhere in the chat, I'm not sure where. And follow us on all our social media channels, because we will be showing more gameplay, more features. There's going to be contests. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Be sure to follow us everywhere, guys.
There's something we really like in the gameplay here, is that, for example, you can aim your skill with the right. So here, I can decide where I dash and how I can progress. So this is really useful in many situations.
It's going to be very useful as well in PvP, right?
Oh yeah.
I have some questions right now on Facebook, Josh, about 5v5. So we're going to be showing 5v5 in just a bit. A couple of questions regarding esports as well. For now, guys, this is still soft launch, so there's a lot that's going to be coming in the game. There's a lot of features that we're going to keep secret for now, but we consider every option from and all feedback from the community. So esports could be a thing. You guys are just gonna have to be patient and wait and see what we have in store for this game.
What about this amazing dragon here? It's really strong. It's the first level, so for now I don't kill, but skill matters too. If I stay in the fire, in time I will just die. So this is amazing. We have many big boss like that. This one was easy. We have a few more to show. I will spoil everything today.
Yeah, and it gets hard real quick. Like I've been playing on my personal device. It gets hard like really quick. So
this is the part where you need to really be thinking carefully about your team. You will have some really important choice to make, because you not only need the element of the character, but also if the boss heal himself, you will need to block the healing. So you have to think about which skill I want to do, when, etc. So it's really specific and really hard. It's a quick feature here. It's a battle report. It allows you to know who does what in terms of damage. It's really interesting also. It can allow you to validate your choices before. Like, for example, you can see here that Celestine was healing a lot, and it's what's planned, so it's cool.
Yeah. Maybe just put the volume down in the game.
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. We just got a comment, so we'll lower that. And if you showcase the other bosses, Mania, they drop some rewards which are going to be helpful for ascending your champions. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit, but all these rewards that you see under the Golden Bull Demon King, the Nature Bull Demon King, and then the Steel Widow, there's going to be rewards that are going to help you guys actually ascend your champions.
Yeah, exactly. The dragon give the best gear in the game.
Yeah.
The Steel Widow also, but for now she's unlocked. It is unlocked. Sorry. And here the Bull Demon give ascending materials.
So maybe if we go into the champions menu right now, there's a lot you guys will be able to do with the champions. So in adventure mode, you can collect gear that's going to help out your champions, but you can also do these bosses and farm these bosses to here you see Mania going through the gear. Maybe you can talk about the gear a little bit, because it's kind of interesting, you know?
Sure. As you can see, each champions have 6 slots, and you can activate gear on each of these slots. Here we saw that I just activated a gear set bonus. I use these 2 gear to create a vital bonus, which increase the HP of my champion. It's really useful. And after that, I need to choose. Like, for example, for this one, I increase the HP, but for the other one, I will choose the damage, cooldown, many things.
Yeah.
So here also, I need to be smart in my choices.
You want to get some good set bonuses as well.
Yeah. And regarding where am I? Okay. Regarding ascending, this is, for example, a normal champion. But as soon as I ascend them, it becomes way more interesting. He have a new stats, he have new skill, some of them. He's stronger, he has a new look, a new name. He's really more important.
Yeah.
And it's like the goal in the end will be to ascend every champions in the game.
Exactly. So you can see all the champions in the collection menu. You can see their skills. You can see who they become when they ascend, and yeah. So there's so much you can see in the champions menu. I'm gonna take a couple of questions from the community because I find them interesting. Do we have a Discord server? We will be launching the Discord server either tomorrow or next week. So you guys will be able to come in, talk about the game, discuss with other community members. And discuss with the dev team, because it's probably going to be the best place to actually speak directly with the team and let them know what you think about the game and ask them questions. Another question we got is, will the game be released on all platforms at the same time? We try our best to release. Sometimes it's not under our control. We need approval. I'm not going to go into the lingo and the complications of releasing on the App Store, the Google Play Store, or on Windows PC, but we try our best to release the game at the same time to everyone. And cool thing is we're going to be focusing a lot also on low-end devices on Android, because that's a question we get often, not only on Dungeon Hunter Champions, but at Gameloft in general. And we want to make this game available to as many players as possible. Sure. So we will try to support your device if you have a low-end device.
Yeah, we do currently, at the moment we're talking, we are working a lot to make them the more smooth and the more beautiful possible on every device for Android and iOS.
Mm-hmm. So right here, Manea is going through the collections menu, where you can see all the champions. So even if you don't own them, you can go ahead and go see them and maybe start dreaming about what your favorite next champion is going to be, which is such a cool feature.
Yeah, you can learn about them. You can learn about the rating, because now each player can rate the champion. So if you like it, just say it, update rating, and you will become useful for the other player. Like for example, we can see that currently the player in the soft launch really liked the Boon Sister. Yeah. She's really useful, so she's 72% good. You can also learn about their skill, of course.
Yeah.
You can learn about their story here. We are working for every champion. Every champion have a background and a goal in this game. We worked hard with Dynamnet, who is a really renowned author for the Warhammer Black Library, and also for the Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And he's like really interested in the multiverse part. He wrote the story that you can discover in the solo campaign, but also the background for every champions you can see, for the environment. It's really cool to have him working with us.
I have a quick question right here. How accessible is the game going to be to newbies in this genre of game?
The first experience of the game is really easy. It's how to say, easy to master? No, it's easy to try, hard to master. Yeah. So you try the game, you understand quickly what is your favorite champion, you understand quickly what is doable or not, and you have quickly the character you feel comfortable with. For example, I really like her because she's like a close combat assassin. She does a lot of damage, but she can quickly get away from danger. But you will have a champion that fits your playstyle, and if you choose well, it will be easy. Of course, we have many helps in the game. You have, for example, here, a mission system that will teach you everything in the game here. Mission objective, I can see details here. Yep. And at any time you have a guide also. We will explain everything in the game if you want to have more detail. What are the buff, debuff, like for example, what are elemental synergies, the stats, what do they do. It's really easy. We take you by the hand. After a few days, after a few weeks, you will start to discover the strong part of the game, and this is where you will see all you learn.
Yeah, and even in we're going to showcase. There's a lot of questions about PvP, and they want to see more gameplay. So I think we'll go into there. When the last question was talking about newbies and accessibility to the game for someone who's not used to this genre of game, even the PvP section of the game has something for everyone, right? Because there's not only 5v5 live PvP, which we will show in just a little bit, but there's also arena and challengers. So before Mania goes into that, guys, I just want to make sure to remind you that pre-registration is live. So for those who can't wait to play this game, we recommend pre-registering because you will be able to claim not only awesome rewards but a bunch of other stuff too once the game actually goes live. So the pre-registration link will be a little bit everywhere. It's going to be in the chat on YouTube. It's going to be in the description on Facebook, and follow us everywhere also. So right now we're streaming on the Gameloft channels, but we have our own Facebook page and other accounts, so Twitter, Instagram, and all that. But yeah, so Mania is going to go through. I think we want to look into Arena first, right?
Yeah. So here, after a few missions in the solo campaign, you will unlock the PvP part of the game. The first one is the Arena. The Arena is really amazing also because it's all about brain, all about the choice you make in the team. Like for example here, I will choose the defense I want to use, and people will be able to attack this defense. And if it's good, I made a good choice, I will be performing. I will also attack the opposing player, and I will be able to have the best team and the best champion. So it's all about team building and strategy here.
Yeah, this is a lot more about strategy and less about actual skill, right? So
Yeah.
it's more of a mind game than anything else, which can be interesting for some players because some players really enjoy that kind of aspect and going into the head of their opponent and trying to counter them on something like this.
For something more related to skill, we have the live PvP.
Yeah.
So the 5 versus 5 PvP. Here I will match with actual queue. It's kind of short.
Don't forget, guys, we're playing on a dev device right now, so all of this writing right now, you're not going to see in the game. This is solely for the purpose of the stream, so we wanted a custom build to showcase as much as possible to the community. What's the size of the game? The game is around, I think it's around 1 gig, I think.
Yeah,
something like that, a little bit like that.
that.
What will be the social aspect of the game? Guild Wars. We will be, it's in our plans to add guilds and other social aspects into the game, so stay tuned for that. Like we said, there's more features coming. The game isn't released yet. It's still in soft launch, so players in Canada, Vietnam, Indonesia and Malaysia can go ahead and enjoy the game right now. It's in the App Store and the Google Play Store and will be available on Windows PC soon.
So here I am choosing my champion. Some of you may be familiar with this kind of PvP genre. As you know, it's a bit inspired by mobile games and other live PvP games, I would say. I took the Ranger. This is the one I prefer, my main actually. And you will now see the opposing team, a really good team.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk a little bit less to be sure that
Yeah, Mania told me he wanted to make sure to win this game live since he is the producer for the game. But yeah, you guys have seen this kind of style of 5v5 PvP. It's probably, honestly, it's my favorite part of the game because I like to play against others and test my skill against other players, and it's the best place to do it, right? I mean,
it's amazing to see like all the things you learn in the solo campaign and how to master your character. You can now use it against actual player. So here we can see that I'm in the middle lane. I'm just pushing. I see the ferry in front. Should be okay.
So here you guys have some gameplay right now. Gotta watch out for that tower.
Yeah.
Like Mania said, the queue times are very short, and the games as well are pretty short because we want you to actually play as many games in a session as possible. So we made the games pretty short. So it's gonna give you a chance to practice against other type of players, and not be stuck in a game for 45 minutes playing against the same team and maybe getting crushed the whole time, you know. So yeah, Eric plays. Hi Eric plays. Rapid reviews. No Matt is in England right now. Here we are in the Montreal studios right here. Yeah.
If you have any question, guys,
don't forget to send us questions. Yeah, on Facebook, on YouTube, we will be answering questions. Send us some questions right now because Mania needs to stay focused for this live PvP right now.
I want you to know how good I am. So try to.
Kevin asked, does this game have skins for champions, or is there a plan to do so? So the overall armor of your champions is going to change when you ascend. Do we have plans for adding skins in the game? Are we allowed to say? Are we not allowed to say? Mania?
I will invite you to keep
a lookout to our social media.
Game. You may be pleased.
Yeah, there's gonna be, like we said, the possibilities are endless. Some questions on release date. Release date, we're still waiting because we've just released. So there's some players that have played this game in the soft launch right now. So we don't actually want to let everyone know when the release date is going to be coming because we still have changes to make. This update has just came out, and we want to make sure the community gives us enough feedback so we can make sure the game is ready for worldwide launch. But stay tuned because we're not too far away. If we're showing the game, guys, it's that we're almost ready to open it up to everyone.
Yes.
Enemy core destroyed. So Mania won. like you saw, guys. It was actually a short game, right? It wasn't too long.
Yeah. The sessions are kind of short. The goal is not to be like a 45 to 50-minute session. It's like a quick battle on the go.
Yeah.
It's just like you use the character you use in the PvE, and sometimes you can go to the PvP and have amazing rewards. There are some really cool rewards in the PvP. Like for example, token that will allow you to have like unique light and dark character, which is really strong, but also like many really good boost.
Yeah, we just got a good question actually, which maybe we can look. If you go into the champions menu, Mania, because there was a question right now is, can I play every champion in the 5v5? So the quick answer is yes, but the real answer is no, right?
Yeah. Basically, as you know now, a champion, for example Celestine, have 5 variations. There is the Nature Celestine, the Water Celestine, the Fire Celestine. Basically, there are 5 versions of each, which all have their own stats, their own, name, their own skills. But also, some of them are really good in PvE, in solo, for example. They are really strong skills for the PvE, but they cannot enter in the PvP part. Some of them, you can see them here. I don't know if the screen is big enough, but some of the characters have a little sword icon here, a little icon on the top left of the icon, the portrait. And this means that it can enter PvP. Another quick way to see it is that we have in the PvP, in the stat screen, the 5v5 base stat and 5v5 max stat.
Yeah.
You can see this one here doesn't have that, so it cannot do PvP. Real-time PvP. You can use it in the arena, but not in the 5v5. This is for balancing purpose. We want to be sure that the game is well balanced, and it's also to allow us to have like really differentiation between the characters. Like the Water Celestine here is really good in the PvP. The Fire one will be better in the PvE. Exactly.
So, like Mania just said, the quick answer is yes. Every champion has an element that will be able to play in 5v5 PvP, but not every single champion can play in 5v5 PvP. So that was it for pretty much everything, guys. This is, like we said, a first look at the game. There's so much more that we haven't showed off that you guys will be able to discover. If you live in Canada, Vietnam, Indonesia, or Malaysia, feel free to download the game right now, as it is available on the App Store and on the Google Play Store. The game will be available worldwide soon. We'll keep in touch with the community. We will let you know step by step how close we are to actually launching the game. And once it does release, we will be available on Windows PC as well. So make sure to follow us on all our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Pre-register now if you want to see more of this game and if you want to claim awesome rewards once the game goes live. If there's no questions, guys, we will say thank you very much for tuning in. I'd like to thank Mania for taking the time to do this live stream as well. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And we'll see you next time on our official channels. So make sure to check us out everywhere on social. Thank you so much for being here, and we hope you enjoyed this first look at this upcoming title from the Gameloft Montreal studio, which is Dungeon Hunter Champions. Thank you very much, and see you guys soon.
Cool. Bye-bye.